Greetings and salutations, I'm Keb. Welcome to this Let's Play of Dune II, which is a very classic game. It was released in 1992, it was developed by Westwood Studios and published by Virgin Interactive, and it was the first real game that combined the elements now commonly associated with the RTS genre of games like Warcraft, Starcraft, Command and Conquer. Those games, the type of games. First, where you had a base building system, where you had a resource you needed to harvest, all those sort of things. Of course, the interface is bad. It is pretty bad. No control select groups, you have to click each individual unit, and so on. And of course, the game is not presently available for sale anywhere. But it is available for free through the Internet Archives. And I'll put a link to both the game and the archives in general in the video description. Now, being on the Internet Archives, the game does have a few issues that you'd have to compete with. First of all, the copy protection is still in place. So after the first mission, you'll be asked a copy protection question, and if you fail that, well, that's game over. There are ways to get around that too. There are comments about it on the Internet Archive page. The other issue is that the system that is on Internet Archives doesn't respond to clicks, so you have to use the spacebar as a mouse click. So keep that in mind, because as we play now, I'll probably misclick and do a lot of mistakes because of this. Getting used to using the spacebar as a mouse click is not easy. Still, we'll start at the beginning, so we will begin with the introduction.
Planet Arrakis, known as Dune. Land of sand. Home of the spice melange. The spice controls the empire. Whoever controls Dune controls the spice. The Emperor has proposed a challenge to each of the houses.
The house that produces the most spice will control Dune. There are no set territories and no rules of engagement.
Vast armies have arrived. Now, 3 houses fight for control of Dune. The noble Atreides. The insidious Ordos. And the evil Harkonnen. Only one house will prevail. Your battle for Dune begins now.
And there we go. So, we're gonna start playing, and hopefully we'll get past the copy protection. We'll see. Let's play a game. This is obviously based on the books of Frank Herbert. But the Ordos, that's a game creation. They don't exist in the books, best as I recall. And of course, the books have the epic struggles between the noble Atreides family and the evil Harkonnen family. Now, in terms of gameplay, they are relatively equal. On average, the Atreides are the standard units. Those units are hit lighter but are faster, and Harkonnen units are slower but hit harder. And of course, their specials are all different. And with that in mind, if we actually reach the final mission, and I don't know if we will, don't know if we'll play that far, then the Harkonnen are probably the easiest to play. So that's why I'm going to play the evil Harkonnen.
House Harkonnen.
House Harkonnen. From the dark world of Giedi Prime, the savage House Harkonnen has spread across the universe. A cruel people, the Harkonnen are ruthless towards both friend and foe in their fanatical pursuit of power. Do you wish to join House Harkonnen? Yes. Now we should get our Mentat advisor. I'm the Mentat Radnor. My guidance, you may be able to assist us in conquering this dusty little planet. For your first test, you will be expected to produce 1,000 credits and not 1 granule less. You may earn credits by harvesting spice and will need to build a refinery to convert spice to credits. If any of your foolish enemies attempt to attack your base, you will have the pleasure of seeing the invincible Harkonnen troops in action. Yeah. Proceed. So, here we are. Normally you'd build concrete slabs under every building, because if you don't, the buildings will basically deteriorate and eventually be destroyed. Well, be destroyed more easily. They'll have 50% health. That's not interesting.
Reporting.
It's not a good thing.
Acknowledge.
But for this mission,
Yes,
this first mission, that isn't really a concern. We just want to quickly build up the refinery
reporting.
and just pass the mission.
Construction complete.
And that's easier by doing just this. Wind traps are power plants. The spice refineries send out harvesters. You need those guys to, well, power base defenses and structures that require power. Like the radar installation, which I don't think we'll get until the third, maybe, second, maybe third mission. And obviously I had to build one anyway. It says here, needed 0. I'm still trying to get used to the idea of space as a mouse bar.
Construction
It's kind of neat. There we go. So now we should get a harvester. Now you go to... that should be deployed. Yes.
Harkonnen harvester deployed.
It doesn't always auto go to harvest spice, unfortunately, so you will have to control them
from the south.
eventually. Let's see, we have an enemy unit.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Oh, this poor guy. He's pretty much dead already.
Enemy unit destroyed. Moving out.
Oh, more enemies.
Reporting.
Don't go attacking my harvester. I'll be mad if you do.
Reporting. Affirmative.
So they start with standard light infantry. Our infantry are troopers. They hit much harder and have longer range. And we also have these quads rather than trikes. These were reduced to 1 at half health. And then they're
Enemy
dead.
unit destroyed. Acknowledged.
Now, if you read the
Reporting.
Dune novels, you probably realize there is one hidden menace out in the sands. And that is the great sandworms. They'll come along and they'll devour anything they find. So if you have vehicles driving across the sands, you better be aware of that. And the most important part is that they can also eat harvesters. And that's kind of difficult in the early game. Later in the game you get those flying units, the carry-alls. That makes it easier to return the harvester in time and save them. But you'll still probably lose quite a few of them, unfortunately. As for this mission, as soon as this harvester is full and returns, we should win the mission, because that should... Each full harvester has about 700 credits worth of spice in it. And as you can see, since we didn't build on concrete, our buildings are very damaged. That matters most for power plants, as you can see, because they can't produce 100. They only have half output. So, now the exciting part comes along. Will we be able to pass...
Your mission is complete.
Will we be able to pass the copy protection? Please me. Continue something well, and I will see to it that you are rewarded. Proceed. Desert Mongoose. We have to click. And as you can see, I have done a few tests on this game. Oddly enough, it stores, even though this is just a browser game, so I'm not quite sure how they do that. But they do. Resume game. Now we should... Oh yes, that first, yes. 3 houses have come to Dune to take control of the land. That has become divided. Harkonnen arrived first. The weaker tradies will be easy. The Ordos are getting closer. And now we can select the region. The mission should be the same in all 3 of these, but the layout of the train is different. Not that I remember any of this, because this is a long, long time ago since I played. I'll go with this one. And now we should get a copy protection question. There's a traitor among us. We're questioning everyone, including you. Answer this question correctly and you will prove your loyalty to House Harkonnen. Let's see, that's a defensive structure. Let's see if I can remember the exact name. Or find it, at least. Yes, this is the ground-based turret. Ground-based turret. Let's see if that works. Does it take enter? Yes, we are truly loyal. Wonderful. Now on to the mission. House Harkonnen has generously granted you a new opportunity to serve us. How nice of them. We will now allow you to take command of a more dangerous area and accumulate 2,700 credits. Although the worthless tradies you may encounter in the region should always be eliminated as a matter of principle, the spice quota is your objective. Okay, proceed. This time we'll do the whole concrete thing. And that will take a long time. And there was a little click sound there, and that's the Atreides landing the harvester. Because they start ahead of us, obviously.
Reporting. Affirmative. Construction complete.
And there's the Atreides carry-all. Did a flyby.
Construction complete.
This is the boring part. Later in the game you get the access to a large slab, so you can cover 4 squares at a time. And that is much, much better. So as you can see, it has pretty basic building instructions.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir. Moving out.
But they suffice. If you build the building without concrete slabs beneath, then it'll just... You can repair it up to full health, but it'll just deteriorate down again.
Complete.
So... It is better to just build the slabs. This is very annoying in the later missions, because then you want to get the base running much faster.
Construction complete.
But yeah, we'll cope.
Construction complete.
Now Westwood Studios, as you probably know, went on to develop Command and Conquer in '95, I think. And it was based largely on this one, of course. As in the gameplay mechanics. But the first Command and Conquer was better craftsmanship. They also had access to quite a few new things. I remember one of the things that one of the design goals of Command and Conquer was to cram as much graphics as you could into a single CD. And I definitely think they succeeded in that. It was a very pretty game for its time. And this game isn't bad for its time either. I mean, 1992. If you imagine the games of that era, well, they didn't look all that good.
Reporting.
Most of them.
Acknowledged.
But again,
Acknowledged.
so there are, yeah, they automatically go to guard, but I'm not entirely sure if they... I think they only fire on units that come within range. They won't actually move one tile and then fire. So, yeah, it's not exactly ideal. On the good side, our troopers have very long range compared to other infantry.
Complete.
Oh, and by the way, do not expect a bright AI in this game. They will happily march straight past your defending units if their target is further in.
Harkonnen harvester deployed. Construction complete.
Let's continue building concrete slabs. So the goal of this mission is just to get 2,700 credits.
Complete.
Each refinery can only hold and store 1,000 credits. And other than that, you have to build
Construction.
more refineries or spice silos. So for now, we're just gonna, yeah. There are enemies out on this map, but they don't matter to us. That's not part of the mission. Our mission, as I said, we're just here to harvest spice, so we'll do that. And in this mission, the second one,
Construction.
we'll only have access to the basic infantry units like these guys, and they move so slowly. They have good range, though.
Construction complete.
It does have, and this game doesn't have the basic commands you might be used to from other games, like attack, move. You can click on the unit and then click attack and somewhere on the map, but that means it'll go and attack that square. It will ignore everything it encounters on the way, which isn't exactly what you want. So, yeah, in this game you really have to pay attention, because the units are not right, and you don't want to park units on sand. As I just mentioned, at some point in the game we will encounter these sandworms, and they are not nice against us, against the players.
Construction complete.
Sometimes they'll eat the enemy instead. So, but usually they'll go after you, and most annoyingly, they'll go after the harvesters. Ideally, you'd want something like 2 harvesters
Construction complete.
per refinery and 1 carryall per refinery, but we can't build any of that stuff, so these carryalls disappear, unfortunately. They only exist here to deliver the initial carryall. Oh wait, he stuck around.
Construction.
That's good. That's why you want the carryalls. Because in the later missions you'll be further and further away from the spice fields, and it'll be much more important to recover the harvesters quickly. Now to finish this mission we just need to reach the spice quota, so I'm gonna build a silo. That should let us store a total of 3,000. Other than that we just wait for the harvesters to finish. We have access to the radar installation, and as I said we would be able to build the barracks so we can train more troops, but we don't need it.
Construction complete.
There we go. So now it's just a waiting game.
Yes, sir.
I think we'll move this guy down here.
Moving out.
Just protect the corners of our base.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Standing on rock is what you want to do to avoid the worms. It seems we lucked out there. The carryall just stuck around. Usually it just disappears.
Reporting.
And it still takes me some time to get used to the whole
Reporting.
click and the little space click. In the original game it did actually function with the mouse cursor, but in this particular free version it doesn't seem to do so. Ah well. Seems like this is the lower end of the map, as you can see on the mini-map. That one should give us another 700 credits.
Reporting.
So it'll take a while. Oh, there we go, now that one's full. The carryall comes to pick it up. Of course, that system did not exist in Command and Conquer. Then the harvester had to go all the way back manually. I think they changed that with Red Alert. Then you had the Chrono Harvester, if I recall correctly. And that at least teleported home. And it does turn into a box whenever it carries something, even though it doesn't have to be the carry. It has to be the harvester, it can be any unit. So, let's see, we need both of them to return actually.
Reporting.
Wait for one to get
Reporting.
fully loaded.
Reporting. Reporting. Reporting.
89%.
Reporting. Reporting.
That should be 100% full now. There we go.
Reporting.
Now I'll let the other one click on manual return. That should be enough to win the mission. Then we are on to more difficult things. There we go, 2700 credits.
Your mission is complete.
Yay! Successful mission. Again you have pleased me. Remind me of myself in my youth. Oh dear lord, are we gonna end up like him? This is another thing I like. His eyes, follow the cursor. We need a true Harkonnen blood coursing through your veins. Yeah. Follow the cursor, follow the cursor. Yes, follow the cursor. Okay. Proceed. The score, rank, and the enemy was out there. We harvested more than them. Didn't fight them at all. That's fine. Resume. Harkonnen spread out strong forces. Atreides went after the Ordos. The Ordos stole even more land. We probably want to go up there. But that will have to wait for the next episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.